expert in international affairs from Norwegian Defence Research Establishment is with me. Mr. Bukkvoll, please tell us about your scientific interest and your activity in Norway.
Well, I'm a Russia and Ukraine expert at our institute, and my job is basically to research and write analysis of developments within the security and defense fields in these two countries, but in particular in Russia. Since Russia is an important neighbor of Norway, we need to know what's going on in the high north, and especially with regards to Russian military developments. And I should also say that the research and analysis that me and my colleagues on the Russia team do, those are background analysis for Norwegian defense planning. So our institute is or exists also to help the Ministry of Defense plan for the Norwegian Armed Forces for the future.
Yesterday there was the Reform Conference on Polish-Norwegian cooperation organized by the Banderay Foundation, and you are one of the lecturers at the conference. Subject of your lecture was Russia as a security challenge, experiences from the high north and potential learns to other regions. Could you summarize in a few words what were you saying at the conference?
Yeah, sure, I can try to do that. I basically talked about what I think the Russian current leadership wants in international affairs, to what extent that corresponds or does not correspond with what the NATO countries want. And then I expanded on this and talked quite a lot about how the Russian armed forces have developed over the last 7-8 years, because there have been great changes, as you probably know, in this sphere. And then I talked towards the end about how the developments are, or how relations are between Norway and Russia in the high north, and how this compares with the Baltic area and also with the Black Sea. And in that regard, I said that at least so far, international relations have been somewhat stabler and less confrontational in the high north than they have been in the Baltic area and also in the Black Sea area. This is probably for historical reasons, for reasons of for the fact that there are minority issues in the Baltic area and in the Black Sea area that you don't have in the high north. So there are obvious differences. But I also emphasize that Russia is currently expanding its military presence in the Arctic quite a lot. So it doesn't necessarily have to be this calm as it is today for the future. So therefore things that we try to do to manage our relations with Russia in the high north may be of value to countries in other regions, but also your experiences here may be of relevance to us.
And what's Norwegian's point of view on Russia's activity in the Barents, Baltic and Black Sea now?
Well, we are worried, obviously, especially with the activities in the Baltic Sea, I would say, in what looks like unnecessarily confrontational behavior from Russia. So, but we connect this to the overall picture, or the overall development in Western Russian relations. And we think that what Russia has done in Ukraine is inexcusable, and there needs to be Western reactions to this. But at the same time, we feel that while putting up deterrence against Russia, but also punishing Russia for doing what they're doing in Ukraine, we also need to maintain the dialogue with Russia, because there's nobody's going to be any better off if we isolate Russia. I think that would be the main perspective in Norway.
And the last question is, what is your opinion and your expectations about Polish-Norwegian cooperation in the near future?
I have relatively high expectation for this cooperation. I think it's just going to grow in the future. There is already quite a lot of cooperation between our countries, especially in economics, but also in business. But also there are consultations and cooperation in the sphere of security and defense issues. And I know for a fact that both in political circles in Norway and also in the bureaucracy, there is a relatively high emphasis on cooperating with Poland. There are differences between the countries, but we also have a number of interests and areas of concern in common, including Russia. So I think this is just going to be growing in the future.
Thank you very much for being here.